Hi, all. I know it's been a while. I'm Cassandra, your career consultant, and I really want us to start focusing on LinkedIn. So, today I am giving you the top 5 things you need to get started with your profile on LinkedIn. So, LinkedIn is an amazing tool for both job seekers and those just trying to build and develop their professional brand. You can have a built in audience like that. The thing is, I think LinkedIn is not always the easiest to use. I think people are overwhelmed or intimidated or scared that they're going to mess up in some way, and they don't want to do that in front of professionals. So, I'm giving you the 5 things you need to get started and take a dive into the LinkedIn pond. So, number 1, you need to have a profile picture. People like to know who they're talking to on LinkedIn. A picture helps show that you are also actually actively on the network. Some people just throw up a profile and go away and they don't have a picture. So if you have a picture, it shows, hey, I'm serious about this whole LinkedIn thing. And it's gonna help identify you. If somebody meets you at a networking event and then looks you up online after, they know by the picture, oh yeah, that's the person I talked to. So you definitely wanna have that photo. So this does not need to be fancy, but it should not be a selfie. It should not clearly have someone cut out of it. And you want to make sure you're in some amount of, not amount, that was a weird word. You want to make sure you're wearing clothing that relate to your industry. So if you work in gaming, by all means, wear a t-shirt. But if you work in finance, please do not. So be thinking that part through, but it does not have to be a professional headshot. All right, second, you have to add your experiences. So I'm going to sound real old, but back when LinkedIn started, we had to go in and add each of our experiences one by one. I'm talking like the bullet points, writing the company name, all of it. Now, if you're just getting started on LinkedIn, you can upload your resume and it should populate those experiences for you. But of course, always check them because it might get dates wrong. It might put your title in your company line, etc. So you'll still have to fix it a little bit, but it should be a bit easier. And if for some reason that's not a possibility, open up your resume and then copy paste your experiences in. Also, if you work for like a subset of a larger conglomerate, like let's say you work at the Walt Disney Company, but in I don't know, some sort of smaller department, make sure you put the Walt Disney Company so that you get that Walt Disney logo next to your name. And then you can always go in and in your title write, assistant, comma, marketing department. So make sure you do it that way. I see that messed up sometimes. If you are still in school and you don't have a ton of experiences yet, don't forget that you can also add your volunteer experiences, your leadership positions. All of those also have places on LinkedIn. And bonus tip, you don't have to put volunteer under the volunteer section. You can definitely put that as a work experience and then just make your title volunteer. So it'll at least give you a little bit of body in that experience section. So the skills section, you need to have a skills section. It gets you ranked higher in search to have skills, and then you'll get ranked higher for those skills the more endorsements you get. Now, endorsements are a whole other thing. We will talk about those another time. But for now, make sure you're adding probably 10 skills to your skills section. If you have watched my resume video on the skills section, I'll put a card to it here. You know that on your resume, your skills section can only have hard skills. The beauty of LinkedIn is you can have hard and soft skills. So as we talked in that video, hard skills are things like software, languages, social media. Soft skills are things like communication, teamwork. You can even put general terms like management or marketing. So make sure you have a mix of hard and soft skills in that section. All right, so your headline. When you're setting up your LinkedIn profile, the headline is one of the first things that you have to type, right? And it tends to hang people up a lot. Now, LinkedIn is automatically going to populate it with your most current position title, but you want to go back and change that. Your headline is searchable. So make sure you are using keyword-rich words in that headline, SEO-friendly words. So look at the words that you want to be searched for, or think of the words you want to be searched for, and add those. I will have another video coming up very soon on how to write that headline and give you a couple of tools. But for now, don't overthink it, but please add more than just your title. Add some SEO-friendly words. So if you want to go into social media, make sure the words social media are in your title. And please, oh please, don't give a quote, okay? That is a waste of this space. Please remember, it's searchable. So don't put anything like no day but today or trying to be better today than I was yesterday. You are just wasting this space, and it is a valuable, valuable tool. Okay, so there are a lot of other sections you can add on LinkedIn. You can add work projects you've done, courses you've taken, certificates you have, and you can add that summary. Those will all come. But if you've done those 4 things, we can now do the final step to really get our profile going, and that is add connections. I know you don't think it's part of your profile, but it really is, because you need to add your friends and family members. Take an email address, it'll be on the left-hand bar, add your email, and it'll populate your contacts. We want to get those contact numbers up so that, once again, similar to the picture, it shows you're actually active on LinkedIn, you have connections. When you have those connections, that's going to help you reach out to other people in your industry. But we always want to start with just those friends and family. So add that email address, and it will populate from your contacts all the people that you can connect with. Now, my one thing on this is it's going to automatically checkbox all those names. You want to go through that list just to make sure that those are all people that you actually want to connect with. But as long as there's somebody that you have a good standing relationship with, or maybe you haven't seen them in a while, maybe it's someone from high school or college, feel free to just send that request. It's a great way to get started making connections. We need to build farther from there, but it's a great place to start. So once you have done those 5 things, you are ready to dive into the LinkedIn pond. You can start playing around, scroll that home feed. You have a decent start to your profile. Of course, there are more steps we can do. We will talk about those in next videos, coming up videos. But for now, that is a great place to start. Please leave me in the comments any questions you have about LinkedIn. I really want to dive into this and answer any of those for you guys. So leave me questions. What are you hung up on? What questions do you have? I have ideas, but let me know below. So that is it for today. Hopefully this was helpful for you. If it was, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.